Shalom, and you're now locked in here at Israelite Talk TV, where you get nothing but the raw and the real whenever I'm in front of the camera. So make sure y'all show the page some love, like, subscribe, and share.
Shalom, 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 and welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, where you get the full 100 and no paid media points. I need one of them clue bombs up in here, man. What y'all think? Excuse me. While we're gonna get him a little bit of a few minutes to send out the back call. And we're gonna get started. I ain't gonna wait too long. Give them about a few minutes. Shout out to everybody that's coming in the building. I'm gonna give y'all some updates. First and foremost, make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. Make sure that you share this video, share this live, man. Let people know that we live, and also make sure y'all hit them like buttons when y'all coming in. So that's right. Y'all see the title. Stephen Twitch boss wife is in a battle over his estate. Oh man, we're getting ready to cook today. Also, family, check this out. If you're not subscribed to me on Rumble, go down into the description box, click on the link, and go subscribe to me on Rumble. Because when we have certain topics that are too explicit for YouTube, we're going to do it over there on Rumble. Okay, so make sure that you subscribe to me on Rumble, because like I said, when there's certain things that we can't talk about on the tube, I'm gonna just redirect everybody to Rumble. So just make sure you subscribe, okay, over there. Also, go to Instagram. The link is down in the description box. Subscribe to my Instagram account and run those hearts up for me, okay? What else? Also, yeah, and also go check out our new website. Our website is up here in a little bit. One of the things that we do here, we do support Israelite businesses, Black Israelite owned businesses. So if you got products and things like that, make sure you guys go subscribe, shoot me an email on the website. We'll talk more about that in the days and weeks to come. But yeah, make sure you guys reach out to me on that. Make sure you subscribe over there for the newsletter also, okay? Now let me do some shout outs, man. The Queen Sheba checking in. Shalom. We got brown skin girl in the building. Hello, good afternoon. Okay. She said I was just watching a video or Twitch's wife speaking when I got this notification. Yeah, did you guys see the little thing that she released on Instagram? It just seemed weak and sketchy when you really sit down and listen to it, man. It doesn't really sound like a woman that's really remorseful or that's really mourning. You know, I explained this in another live that I did. One of the things that the power to be don't understand is that we all understand what authentic feelings are like when people are mourning. We have lost people in our lives. We've saw wives mourn. We saw mothers mourn. We know when people are really mourning and when it's just a show that's being put on. Okay, let's understand that. Okay, Queen Sheba said peace to his mom. I have 2 sons. That's a great love, unbroken time and space. I'm sure her heart is hurting. May the Most High bless her with mercy and understanding. Okay. What's going on, Kelly? What's going on? Rob, what's up? Okay. All right, fam. Let's get into this thing now. Now, let me turn this down just a little bit. I like this song though. This little, well, not this song, but this little instrumental. All right, that should be pretty good. All right. Now, the first thing that we want to do is that a lot of people have been reporting on a lot of the updates that's going on. Y'all know we are a receipt-based platform. Okay. So the first thing that we want to start off with is the Boston Herald, right? Now there's several things that's going on with this case, right? And I want to break this thing down in steps so that you guys are able to really process the information and the play that's in progress right now. Now, this article, okay, and let me just let's get into this thing, right? Now, here's an article put out by the Boston Herald, okay? Now, this was back on January 5th, right? Okay. Now, I want to highlight something here, right? It tells us January 5th, a private funeral for Stephen Twitch Boss is reportedly set to take place Wednesday afternoon in Los Angeles, right? The small service will be attended by family members of Boss, the longtime DJ on the Ellen DeGeneres show, People and TMZ reported, citing sources. Now listen to this. This is what I want to key in on right here. It says a larger service for friends and others close to Boss is expected to take place soon, according to TMZ. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to understand is that we've been sitting back. I know I've been sitting back waiting on the information for this celebration. Now, we've saw these things take place. For an example, we saw it with the late great Kobe Bryant in Los Angeles when he died. It's become like a fad now where when a lot of these big time entertainers die, they do this, like this big public memorial for the people where they typically do like a private funeral service amongst the family and close friends or whatnot, and then they do the public thing for the public, the people, if they're that big and they have a lot of fans around the world, they do this big public memorial. So we saw it with the late great Kobe Bryant out there in Los Angeles. We saw it in the case of Takeoff down in Atlanta. We saw it with Young Dolph up in Memphis, so a lot of these bigger entertainers, this has become the thing now where they can give back to their fans, their supporters. Okay. So they told us January 5th that the funeral that was going to be taking place on the 7th will be a private family. Now, what I want to point out is key elements. It says the small service will be attended by family members of Boss, the longtime DJ on the Ellen DeGeneres show, People and TMZ reported, right? So now, when we jump over here to, let me see. Okay. Now, let's jump over here to Los Angeles Times, right? Okay. So now this article was put out on the 13th. Okay. February 13th, right? And it goes on to tell us that, okay, let me highlight this. So it goes on to tell us that Allison Holker, Ellen DeGeneres, and other loved ones of Stephen Twitch Boss honored the late DJ and dancer Saturday, okay, during a memorial service in Los Angeles. Now listen to this, family. It says, according to People's Magazine, the celebration of life was attended by DeGeneres, Lonnie Love, Wayne Brady, Debbie Allen, Andy Grammer, and Mickey Galton, as well as Boss's wife and dance partner Holker and their 3 children. Right now, one of the things that I don't like what they do here is that we know that the oldest daughter, Wesley, was not Twitch's daughter. Okay, we know that. So now the thing that ones must ask themselves is, why do they not never highlight her father? He's still around. So, I mean, why is he being negated from, the situation when they know that that's his biological daughter? Now, of course, if you're married to somebody, you become the step parent in that situation. But at the end of the day, the biological father is somebody else that's still alive. So I don't know why he gets overshadowed when they know that that's not his biological daughter, right? Now, the thing that's so strange about this family is that this private event, right? Okay, was not even it wasn't even publicly announced like typically, man. They had the private ceremony for the family. The one that's for the public is to be publicized so that the fans and the people like that can show their love and support. They hurry up and did this event. And let me explain something to you. This was also a private event, with Ellen DeGeneres and all of these people, right? And one of the things that it brings out, right, okay, is that the mother, now what's interesting is that the mother wasn't even there. Okay. So this tells us, and we're going to get to the estate here in a little bit, but I want you guys to pay attention to the moves and what's going on. Now, listen to what they also say in this article, right? It said that it lets us know that there was singers there and some type of performance during the service. But I want to key in on something, right? Check this out, family. It says, in addition to memorializing Boss, the event served as a fundraiser. A fundraiser? A fundraiser for the Move with Kindness Foundation, which Boss's family launched in his honor to shine light on mental health. So this is something that just happened. So now all of a sudden, it's not only a memorial, but it's a fundraiser. So what's really going on out here in Los Angeles behind this Stephen Twitch Boss passing? Okay. And then you had people like Ellen that all of these people spoke, but where's all of the footage and stuff from this memorial? Why is there no footage? There's no nothing. There's a couple outlets that quickly just put something out and said, oh, they had a memorial, but where's the stuff at? How is it that we can look at, and let's just see, family, you got to pay attention to details. Okay. And you have to pay attention when things are out of order. We just watched this account with Takeoff. He just passed, right? And they had the memorial down here in Atlanta. Okay. People spoke there. There was footage from that event. Okay. We have the people on stage. They're telling us that all of these people was there. They performed and not a peep. There's nothing but, oh, there was a private event that was held and that's it. As big as this guy was, as far as, the people around the world that he impacted, all of the people that watched that show. Now, I don't want to sit up. The first time I heard about it was when the guy passed. But once the file came across my desk and I began to examine it, I knew that there was foul play there. So, when you identify and you feel that pain, you have to speak on the behalf of the dead because they're not here to speak anymore. And you have to understand that the family is mourning during that time period. So during that time period, they're not going to be looking for clues and all of this other stuff because they are distraught. This is what we're here for. Okay. So what I want you guys to understand, family, is not a peep of this on none of these major airways. Matter of fact, let me look something up real quick, right? TMZ on now. Let me see something real quick. So now, okay, what I want you guys to pay attention to, family. Now check this out. Let's do this right here. Now, what's interesting, right, is that TMZ posted this yesterday, right? Because today is, let me make sure, today is the 20th, correct? Right? So TMZ posted this, right? The little thing that she put out on her Instagram, but nothing about the event. And this is shocking because, you guys have to understand that TMZ is typically the people to break the information. Okay. So if TMZ did not break the information and has nothing on that, what is that telling you? These people try to sneak in an event on us quietly because they knew they had already said that, that they were going to be having this memorial, but yet nobody knows nothing about it. Even the great TMZ, the first person to the scene at, everything that's going on, has nothing to say about this event. Okay, let's talk about it. What is really going on here in the case of Stephen Twitch Boss. Now check this out, family. When we go to his mother's Instagram page, right? Guess what? Nothing about this event or anything that's going on. Okay. The last time the mother posted as in regards to, her son was, it looks like the day of or the day after the funeral. Okay. January 7th is when I believe that's when the funeral was. So she dropped this and she hasn't posted anything since. So what's going on here? Don't you think that this memorial, a life to family and friends, would be something that she will want to broadcast to the people, and also not only broadcast this to the people, but to be there to speak on behalf of, her son? You see? So these are the things that we have to pay attention to, family. What is really going on here? Why is the family so quiet and silent on this? And then also, this is what I want you to also to pay attention to, right? Let's jump over here. Now, when we go over here to Allison's, right? When we go over here to her Instagram, nothing about this event. Okay. This was posted 5 weeks ago. Our love language is all she stated. 5 weeks ago is what she stated. There's nothing in here about anything about the event. This was just a day ago. Okay.
Has been very challenging and emotional.
Listen to this.
But you guys have brought so much hope and inspiration to us by sharing stories and memories and moments in different ways that Stephen impacted your life. And it's brought us so much hope and inspiration. And he was someone that was just beautiful, and he lived his life from love, and he made you feel a certain way. My family and I have always said that we wanted to make sure that our purpose was lived out by bringing joy to people, joy to people's homes, from dance or love. And that's not going to change for us. It's going to feel a little bit different. But we know that.
What was that right there, family? Did you see that right there? Oh, yeah, it's going to feel a little bit different and all of this other stuff. This is how you're able to detect and pick up on the signs of people that are not genuine. Okay. This is something that now all of a sudden the fundraiser is over with, all of this other stuff. Now she's in court. Now she's popping out, and then to think that Ellen was here at this event and we have nothing, we have nothing. Okay. And let me just pull her. Let me see. Let's pull Ellen up real quick, just to be on the safe side. And to let's see here. So let's do this right here. So she shared this an hour ago. Who was this? If you like to spend time at home, thought might want to tips. Okay. So family. What is this right here? The incredible opportunities are changing their communities. So family. So nothing. Think about this, family. Let's see here what's going on here. Saturday is my day to post new videos, but today I was only thinking about my friend.
I have ever had, beyond my wildest imagination. So Twitch, one last time, dance with me.
So family. Where, okay. Oh, where's her the things that she said at the memorial? Where's this at? Why wouldn't they post that? Okay. See, why wouldn't they post that, family? Okay. So this is telling us now. Listen. Now let's look at this right here. See. So Allison gave a statement. She gave a speech. Okay. Other speakers during the ceremony, including Ellen. So where is her speech at? Where is all of this stuff at? Okay. It's nowhere to be found. Typically, people take clips and put that stuff up on social media platforms so you can actually see what it is that, what they're saying, what's going on. There's nothing from this so-called private event, nothing, and they try to sneak and get this thing in over our eyes without us knowing about it, not understanding that, you got people like me that's coming up on the back end that's going to be observing and trying to find out like what's going on, because this is not normal. A public celebration is for the family and the fans and the friends and the people to show their love. We see nothing on their Instagram pages. Okay. TMZ out of everybody is quiet, and we know they're watching because they just dropped a day ago the thing that she posted on her Instagram, but yet nothing about this service. Okay. Now, let's jump over to another article, family. Okay. And then we're going to close it up about this battle that she has going on right now. Let's get this shared right here. Right. So now we're here on Yahoo News, right? And you have this Todrick Hall, which they say he was called out for speculating on Stephen Twitch's boss death in the media, right? Now, what did he have to say concerning this particular situation, right? Listen what he states, right? Hold on, let me put this in here. Let me just get this in there too. Okay. It says, in a Page 6 interview promoting the series, Hall alleged that Twitch's mental health went down because of Ellen DeGeneres' talk show's recent scandals. Okay, now listen to this, family. It says people were looking at him like, why are you still supporting this woman? And I think he was under a lot of pressure. He said during the interview, I don't know what was going on in his life that may have led him to make that decision, but I do understand. Right now, when I get online some days, let me see, so they be human can be take. Hold on, wait a minute. Where is that at? So, oh, you know what? Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me pull this other article up real quick. Because this is what I want to get to right here. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so now we over here, right? So we're here on just Jared, right? This website, right? Now let's go here, right? This is what I, because they go a little bit more in depth on this, right? Now listen to this, family. It says, according to Todrick, Twitch was feeling pressure about him supporting his boss, Ellen DeGeneres. If you don't know, okay, no, listen right here. It says the DJ on the Ellen show and stuck with the show after the allegations about the longtime talk show had gone viral, right? Now listen to this. It says people were looking at him like, why are you still supporting this woman? And I think he was under a lot of pressure. So what they're saying, so what he's saying here is that Twitch was feeling pressure from the people around him that were saying like, why are you steady supporting Ellen after the scandal that was going on with her, right? And the other workers. Now listen to this, right? Check this out, right? Because I want to go a little bit more in depth on this. And this is why it's important for you guys to be locked in over here, because you know you get that old school cooking, you know, like grandma's, not that microwave, that fast. Hey, you know, we go into detail and break this thing down with sources. Okay. Now, this is what I want to point out here. Tuesday, August 2020. Okay, so a couple years before he passed away, right? Now listen to this, right? It says Stephen Twitch boss is breaking his silence about the allegations surrounding Ellen DeGeneres. It says in the last couple of months, Ellen has come under fire from former staffers from the Ellen show about her own behavior to those who work for her and the show's toxic work environment, right? Now listen to what Twitch said, because Twitch actually spoke to US Weekly concerning this, because this is what Todd was talking about, right? Or Twarich, if I'm saying his name correct. Listen what it says, right? It says Twitch spoke with US Weekly, revealing that he legally, now listen to this, fam. Legally, he couldn't say much on the matter as he is still employed with the show and remains good friends with Ellen. Okay, so when they asked him to speak about this situation, he let them know that he could not speak on this situation because of the fact that there was legal stuff that was going on surrounding the people that were involved in this scandal. But Twitch was there and he knew about what was going on. Okay, so then he said that he could not speak about this publicly because of the legal matters that were going on, right? Now listen what he says. He says, we can't speak too much legally about it, but I'll say this. There's been love, he shared. Obviously, there's some things to address, but from my standpoint and from countless others, there's been love. Okay. Twitch added that he's going to just leave it at that until there's a time where we can address more publicly. There's been love and there continue to be love, right? So what you guys have to understand is that this scandal that was going on here at the Ellen DeGeneres show involved Twitch to a point where he was there and knew what was going on. So there were legal litigations that were in progress because he let it known that he could not speak on the situation. Okay. So if he couldn't speak on the situation, it's like the guy, what is his name? I want to Todd Todrick. I'm not sure, but at any rate, this is what he was speaking about, where people were like, man, you still supporting this woman after all of this stuff that she has done to the people here at this show, and you being a DJ here, you've witnessed this stuff also. So it sounds like Twitch was really in between a rock and a hard place, because he knew about the things that was going on there with a lot of these different scandals, but it sounded like he was attempting to remain silent and in good graces with Ellen. Okay. So is this what got Twitch deleted? Okay, this is the question that we have to ask ourselves, right? Is this what got Twitch deleted? Okay, him knowing and understanding a lot of the different things that were going on with Ellen behind the scenes. Okay, but he spoke on it, he knew about it, and he said that he would speak on it at a later date, but he never got the opportunity to speak on it because he popped up dead. Okay, this is what ones must understand. Okay, so now let's jump over here to this article, okay, which was released on US Weekly February 9th, right? So Stephen Twitch boss died without a will. Allison Hoker files for control of estate. Okay. Let's go here first, right? Let's jump over here to Yahoo, right? Now, it tells us in this article right here, Allison Hoker has filed for control of her late husband, Stephen Twitch boss's estate 2 months after his passing. The petition was submitted Wednesday. US Weekly reported, under California law, Hoker, 35, must prove her connection to the deceased spouse to legally obtain his half of their joint estate. Okay. So now, family, this is where things really get interesting. Okay. So now it tells us that she has to prove her connection to the deceased spouse legally. Okay, to legally obtain his half of their joint estate. So now this is where it gets tricky, family, because here's the deal. If these people, if Allison in Twitch is legally married, then why does she have to prove her connection to the deceased? Think about that. If they're married, why does she just take the, hey, you take the your marriage, you take your marriage license down there or whatever the case may be, and you show them, hey, this is my husband, we were married, woo. Okay, so this is telling us that there's something more that's going on with this case that is being hid from our eyes. Now, the question that I, and this is my thoughts on it, and this is the question I have. Were or was Allison and Twitch really legally married? Okay, this is the question that we have to ask ourselves, because we know that there was something that was going on, in this case where he left the house. She claimed everything was perfect and nothing was going on and all of this other stuff. So the question that we have to ask ourselves is, were they really legally married? Now, I noticed from a lot of articles, they just typically have Allison Hoker. They have Allison Ball or, whatever the case may be. So if that's her legal name, then why haven't they used it or been using it over the years prior to, him passing away? Okay. These are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. My thoughts is, if they were legally married, they may have separated. See, we don't know that. They could have been separated. See, sometimes you guys got to understand in life, like you don't know, like they met like 9 years ago. Twitch wasn't the person as far as being successful as he is today that he was 9 years ago when he first came on the scene. There's no telling if Allison was put in his life to be a handler. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows this information. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because now, this is not to throw Allison under the bus, right? This is not my intentions, right? But my thoughts is, as an Israelite, and I believe that most will agree, okay, that we kind of know we kind of know what Israelites, what the taste is, you know, the type of things that we like on the menu as far as women are concerned, right? Now, I'm not saying that the woman is a, you know, just a, you know, ugly or you know, but typically, you know, we like women with a little bit of meat on the bones. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that as popular as this guy was, and the access of that he had to women, you know what I'm saying? It's just something about that relationship does not seem right with me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she's just a drop dead gorgeous, a dime, where it's just like, you know, your typical high, you know, she's your average, you know, white girl. You know what I'm saying? So we know that even with that, there's something that's going on. And see, the parents know and understand this, because 9 times out of 10, he spoke to his mother and told, you know, they knew what was going on. This is why the grandfather said he did not believe that Twitch killed himself. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the other deal. If this guy was under so much pressure, think about this, family. If he was under so much pressure and was so stressed out and was just ready to delete, right? Why would he say, you know what, let me just go ahead and put my will together and make sure y'all get all of this stuff. I'm out of here. I'm checking out. I'm gonna make sure the family good, this or that, whoopty whoopty whoop, and I'm out of here. No, that didn't happen. The man deleted. They want us to believe that he deleted, jumped on the elevator, went upstairs, and didn't think about the family, didn't think about his kids, didn't think about the wife, and everything was as normal. And family, think about this, right? This is how we know that everything wasn't right on the horizon as Allison would like us to believe. Because how could a man be married to a woman with young children? Okay, been together for they just celebrated their 9-year anniversary, right? So you're telling me that y'all been married for 9 years and nothing has been put in place as far as, you know, where everything is going if you pass? Like, family, like, come on, we got to stop being slow, and we got to start putting our thinking cap on. What I'm teaching you is higher learning. Majority of you all have jobs, right? Your job asks you, if you die, where's this stuff going to? You typically, if you're married, you're going to have your loved ones, your wife, or your kids on there. That's just, you know, that's common, unless there's something that's going on the home front, right? So you're telling me in 9 years of them being married, nothing has been put in place in case of, you know, an untimely death, or just even you passing, period? That doesn't make sense in the slightest. Okay, so this helps us to understand that there was something more to this relationship that we know nothing about. See, we can't get lost behind the facades. When you're in the entertainment business, people know and understand that you have to have your game face on all the time. Whenever you're in public, people watch it, you know. And when you're in the public eye, a lot of times you want to keep your personal life private. Okay. So even if there is stuff that's going on, you're still gonna come out and smile, shake hands, and do, the things that you got to do when you're out in the public. But we can't get lost behind the smiles. We know they had 2 children together. Okay, young children at that. We don't know if Twitch really wanted to be in that situation, or it was just something that now here's another angle, right? Now we don't know how tight Ellen and Allison really are. You know what I'm saying? Who knows if this was the link for Twitch to get on? Who knows? Maybe it was one of those, like, we're going to get you set up with wooty wooty woo, and she was the gatekeeper. Who knows? Maybe that was his road to success. It happens. When you up and hungry, you coming up and you getting access to that money, you making moves, you trying to get into stuff. Who knows if it was just like, hey, you guys go ahead and woo, and who knows? Okay. Now, the thing that was interesting, and this is what I want you guys to pay attention to. They said that, and let me pull this up real quick to make sure. But they were saying that Twitch contract had ended with Ellen, right? Right? Pull this up, right? It Twitch boss contract in Ellen. Let me see here. Let's see here. Let's jump over here, family. Boss began 2014. Is that it? I guess that is balls. Let me see if somebody got a link or could confirm that in the comment section. Let me see. Let's look here. What is this says here? So boss we had been 2014. Where I was saying while he sad to say goodbye to the show, boss said he's excited to continue supporting in her next venture. So I think the closer is getting to the end. So we know that, and I don't have, like I said, you guys can confirm that down in the comment section if you guys have the information on that. But from what I saw, their contract ended in 2022. Okay. So with that being said, remember, as I explained to you that let's see if we can get a date on this. Here's how Steven felt about the energy show ending. Let's do this real quick. Mm-hmm. 18 years now. Twitch also has hosted 2 series. Fully intends to help Allison do her follow through on her promise to make every day the last. So it seems like they ended sometime. Should Ellen probably make room for perpetuity with the So anyway, family, he basically ended his career or finished working with Ellie sometime last year, right? So what this helps us to understand, family, is that, remember in the article that we just read that he said that he could not speak on what was going on with the legal cases until, because he was still employed with Ellen. So we don't know if any of those cases have been settled or were settled. And we don't know if Twitch was set to be a witness or anything in any of those cases. We don't know, but we do know that he was privy to a lot of information of things that were going on at the show. And we can just imagine what was going on here at the show. Okay. Okay. So in understanding this, family, we know that there's some type of foul play allegedly that's going on in this case. You had a secret public memorial. The fans, nobody was alerted about this. It was something that quickly happened. I mean, even TMZ didn't even report on this. And TMZ is usually first to report on it. But the thing I want you guys to understand about US Weekly is that US Weekly, these people can contact them up. These are celebrities. They can contact them. Hey, we did this. Go ahead and run the story. And it's done. This is what I'm talking about when I speak about these paid media points. Nothing is on the Instagram, right? We looked at the Instagram. Excuse me. Allison has nothing here on it. She has nothing here on the Instagram about this memorial. If she cares so much about the fans, why would there not be a public, something for the public to see? This is the whole purpose of you having the private funeral first. Listen, the private funeral first, and then the public one is for the fans. Nothing. But what they do tell us though, okay, what they do tell us here though, is that what? Okay. In addition to memorializing Boss, the event served as a fundraiser. So family, this is supposed to, now think about this. This is supposed to be a going away for fans and friends and people to show their condolences. And you're telling me that they're using this man's death in order to have a fundraiser? The event served as a fundraiser? They can't, family, they can't be serious. Family, y'all took this man memorial, did not alert the public whatsoever. And then the event was used as a fundraiser. Oh, wow. Come on. Ah, man. And then think about this, right? They did this event, right? And then this woman pops up. This is all she has right here. Family. Family. This is what she pops up with. This from
I just want to say thank you for all of the love and support that you guys have sent to me and my family at this time. It has been very challenging and emotional, but you guys have brought so much hope and inspiration to us by sharing stories. And
now, family, if she cares so much about the fans and all of this other stuff, why sneak and hurry up and have, okay, this memorial, knowing that the fact that the fans that if the fans wanted to say, get their goodbyes and say stuff, this doesn't even make sense. This is how you know that there is foul play behind what's going on. Think about this. Look at Kobe Bryant. Was there any of this stuff with Kobe Bryant? Did Vanessa move any way that seemed suspicious? No, she did not. Was there all these secret fundraisers? You know what? We're going to do a memorial, but instead of inviting the fans and all of the people you claim you love and that's there, we're going to do a fundraiser event too. We're going to use this as a fundraiser event. Does this sound in any shape, fashion, and form as a woman that's grieving, that really cared about her husband passing away and really about his fans? Everything's been hush mouth. First off, the man passed. The funeral was a month later. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Stuff happened. But typically in situations like this, where you have famous people that's passing away, you want to get the funeral over with early. You could have got that done before Christmas and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Where you know that, and we don't, of course, we don't celebrate that stuff, but we know they celebrate that stuff. So we know that typically family is coming in, they want to be together. So why would you not, you want to have some type of peace anyway for your holidays? Why would you keep him on ice until, after the first to do all of that stuff? So it seems like even then, even with that there's something that's out of place with it, because I want to bring something back to you guys' remembrance. Now, I don't know if the family actually went and got the autopsy done, right? But something that I want to bring to your remembrance, right? See, because we got to stay up on these type of things, right? The grandfather told him, okay, let's jump over here, right? See, the grandfather told him what I want you guys to understand is that the grandfather who traveled from Arizona out there to go see him, it says Eddie said he was still not sure that his grandson's death was a suicide, though LAPD confirmed it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound that killed him. So I really hope that the grandfather really went and got a private autopsy done on this case. You see, it sounds like the grandfather knew something wasn't right, and he stated that he did not believe that it was a suicide, And see, what I would have did, I would have got a private autopsy done, because when stuff don't seem right 9 times out of 10, it's not right. Okay. So the grandfather already said he did not believe, but now the California courts, family, is telling us that the petition was submitted Wednesday. Okay. Wednesday, right? Allison Holker has filed for control of her late husband's. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. All right, so let's look at this. Let's jump back over here. We're gonna go back over there. Now, you see right here in this article right here, family, this was put out on the 13th about this event, right? So now she filed this. It tells us about a week before they had this private memorial. So now, family, is this the reason why, as we get the timestamps together, is this the reason why the mother wasn't there? See, there's nothing. Think about this. There's nothing on here about any speech or anything promoting this private memorial / fundraiser that took place out here in LA that nobody knew anything about. Not even TMZ knew anything about it. They didn't even report on it. You see? So we can conclude that there's foul play that's going on with this case all day long. Instead of, this woman sitting up here talking about there's so much love from the fans and all of this other stuff, instead of really honoring this man by having a real home, going away, however they say it, you chose to turn that man death into a profit. You're trying to, run a fundraiser, in order to like, what is the whole purpose of that? This tells us, right, that there's something that's not right with this marriage. They probably were not legally married, okay? Because it's too many red flags here. You're in the court, you're filing for the estate, which you should already have, because y'all been married 9 years. You should have already had all of this stuff in place. You got young children, okay? What if something happens to me? The kids and everybody has to be secured. That's number one. So if that's not there, that tells us that everything wasn't all peaches and cream on front, right? Okay. This is what ones must understand. The other thing is no will in place. So you filing to get part of the estate. So this tells you that the other part is going to somebody else and it's not her. Okay. Which helps us to understand that 9 times out of 10, this is speaking about his family, his mother, them, that's going to get that other portion, or siblings, but, they're going to get that other portion. Okay. And then you filed that a week before the memorial. And then the memorial that you hurry up and patch together was not even really a full memorial, but rather, okay, a fundraising event. So this thing stinks all around the board. Okay. You didn't have control of the estate. Okay. 9 times out of 10, the parents are going to get part of that estate. Okay. So if y'all were happily married for 9 years, why wasn't this in place? And even if you wasn't happily married, you still have stuff in place to protect the wife and the kids. If that wasn't in place, that tells us right off the muscle that this so-called marriage that they had is not what it seemed or appeared to be. Okay. Now we know that Ellen was in legal troubles. Not only was she being sued, allegedly, I believe, because he did say there were legal litigations in the process that was in the midst that he could not speak on. Okay. We don't know if this bankrupted her or not, Ellen. We don't know. We know that that her views and things fell on her show after the scandal and stuff started happening. Okay. So not only do you have the scandal going on, you're not making no money in the midst of the scandal because people knowing what type of person you are. And the whole thing that's sad about this whole ordeal is that Twitch attempted to try to protect Ellen because 9 times out of 10, she probably, she looked out for him, gave him the job, or whatever the case may be. And, in his mind, he's trying to be loyal to this woman, right? And this is what, in my opinion, got him deleted. You guys have to understand out there in Hollywood, the home of the witches and the warlocks, the top tier ones, okay? Not the peewees. This is where the top tier witches and warlocks resort, okay? This is where they reside at, okay? And what you guys have to understand is that these people will cross you and double cross you out because at the end of the day, people do not want their secrets getting out to the world. So when you have secrets and people are holding those secrets, people will go the length in order to knock you off and get you out the way so that you can never speak on those things, is what you have to understand. Okay. This is why you have to be careful in these type of situations. And this is why I tell people, everybody is chasing this false light. They want to be entertainers. They want to be all of this stuff, not understanding the sacrifices you have to make. You have to watch it at the top because it's cutthroat at the top. And when you know people information, you see things that's going on, people do not want you going back to talk. This is why you have to understand. And I always call this stuff out. This is why you need to be subscribed to the channel and locked in because you don't get paid media points over here. When stuff happens, the reason why these entertainers and celebrity are so quiet is because a lot of time the people that's involved in these scandals know dirt on these other celebrities and entertainers. They know the things that they do in secret. They know what's going on in these parties. They know who is screwing who to get different roles or to get certain deals and to do certain things. They know who's indulging in a lot of these lewd and illicit acts that they do and indulge in at the top. See, Twitch is no different. He's a victim of circumstances, okay? Not understanding that he's dealing with top tier witches and warlocks, and these people are not going to allow him to run free with their secrets, okay? And as Todrick came out, he said Twitch knew, right, what was going on. Think about that. He clearly said that people were looking at him like, why are you still supporting this woman? So it sounds like Twitch, and this is why I want to bring back to your remembrance. If he was supporting Ellen, it's because she looked out for him and did something. She had something over his head where he was like, man, I just need to stay here and ride this out. Okay. So what was going on behind the scenes, nobody knows. But what we can confirm is that there's some foul play that's going on here. And we know this because, number one, the wife ain't said nothing about the memorial. Did the memorial really even happen? Who was there? Where's the footage at? Family, I'm teaching you how to think. Think about this. Remember, they said they didn't want any cameras or phones in the takeoff memorial. Them people still bought them phones in and recorded. Okay? Grasp. So you're telling me that there's nothing. There's no footage of nothing from this memorial, nothing from L&M, nothing from the wife, nothing. Okay? Vanessa Bryant, she spoke at Kobe's memorial, right? We have all of that recorded in time, but Allison, we don't have her recorded in time. Okay? So family, this tells you that there's foul play that's going on. And then instead of this woman coming out and speaking about the memorial that just happened, she gets in front of the camera with this. Family, think about this. She jumped out of here with this. Now, family, now what I want you guys to understand here, here's a woman that's trying to put on a fake face. She's trying to act like she's sad. She's not really remorseful. Family, think about that. This woman, listen, let's get back over here, right?
You
Listen to her.
for all of the love and support that you guys have sent to me and my family at this time. It has been very challenging and emotional, but you guys have brought so much hope and inspiration to us by sharing stories and memories and moments in different ways that Stephen impacted your life. And it's brought us so much hope and inspiration. And he was someone that was just beautiful, and he lived his life from love, and he made you feel a certain way. My family and I have always said that we wanted to make sure that our purpose was lived out by bringing joy to people, joy to people's homes, from dance or love. And that's not going to change for us. It's going to feel a little bit different, but we know that that's our purpose, and we'll still do that to this day. And I hope that we can remember the feeling that he gave us, and remember that we can still move from there. We can still move and choose love, and we can still choose grace, and we can still choose kindness. And I will always be there for you guys, and I appreciate you guys being there for us at this moment. It goes a really far way for us. So thank you. And I hope you guys remember how special you are and how much of an impact you make around the world, and continue to move from there. We love you guys.
Now, family, did you just hear that? The impact that you guys make around the world? Family, come on, man. What in this woman is sitting here in front of the camera trying to play like she's really sad. But now check this out, right, family? See, over here we zero in, right? We don't play games here, right? What did you guys notice throughout the entire little speech that she just gave? What did you guys notice? Okay, so Mimi said, "What are we little kids?" Listen, the thing that I want you guys to zero in on is that notice. She said nothing about mental health. She never said nothing about, if you have loved ones that's going through things like that, make sure they whoop. None of that. Just a scripted mumble jumble. You're impacting people around the. What does that got to do with Stephen Twitch Boss? How does fans, how they're impacting? What does that have to do with your situation? Nothing. Nothing. It has nothing to do with the situation. Not once in that statement did she acknowledge that her husband died by suicide, as they state, and she said nothing about mental health. So, family, this stuff is scripted. I mean, it's just scripted. Nothing, fam, nothing about mental health. Just a bunch of mumble jumble. Oh, thank you for the support, and you're impacting people around the world. And what does that have to do with Stephen Twitch Boss and his situation? You know, she has. I haven't even seen anything on here where she actually came out and really was like, okay, yeah, he did commit suicide or whatever the case may be, or none of that. Nothing about mental health. None of that stuff. Just a bunch of mumble jumble about nothing. See, this is how we get under the layer and we're able to detect if people are being sincere with us or not. And she kept trying her hardest to put on a sad face when she know that she wasn't sad. She's more likely mad because there's no telling if that man left the house that day, there was something that was going on in that house, you know. And then for her to go call the police, have the police come to the residence and search around the residence. Now, family, let's go back to that again, right? Because this is something that I want to zero in on. She called the police, right? She called the police the next day. She said that he hadn't shown up, and she called the police to go. The police came and went through the neighborhood or whatever, and went through surveillance cameras and did all of this other stuff, right, at the house, right, in the neighborhood. The question we got to ask ourselves is that maybe she was trying to clean up to see if maybe something had got picked up on a camera where they were able to get it. You see what I'm saying? Because if the police came out there, think about this, fam. If the police came out there and looked around, looked at video, they saw him getting in the car with somebody going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing about any investigation going on where they actually found out who he got in the car with, investigated these people. You know what I'm saying? Don't you think, fam? Think about this, right? This is how they always get caught in what they're doing. If that man jumped in the Uber like they said, don't you think the Uber driver would have came forward and been like, hey man, he was in the car, I dropped him off there, wooty wooty woo? How could a Uber driver come pick him up, take him to this hotel, know that he's Stephen Twitch Boss, and know all of this stuff is going on? It's like the biggest headlines that's going on during that time period, and nobody remember dropping him off? Think about that. What hard would have been if that's me and I come pick him up and drop him off at a hotel? I'd have been like, yeah, I picked him up. He seemed a little bit out of this place and he went out there. What need would it be for the Uber driver not to come forward? And this is like the biggest news that's going on during that time period with Stephen Twitch Boss. Like, think about that. Nobody ever came forward and say, oh, well, he was in the car with me, I dropped him off. But they said that he jumped in the car with somebody and went somewhere else. But no Uber driver came forward. Nobody said, oh, I was with him and this, none of this stuff. Nothing. So you went from Tuesday morning calling the police out there to them finding him in this hotel, and then he get found in the thing, and then now all of a sudden the autopsy was done less than 24 hours, and then nobody knew nothing. Okay. Now, something else that I want to point out, family, is that it's also letting us know that they were saying that his death wasn't even confirmed, but TMZ was saying that it was a suicide. So the question we got to ask ourselves is, did somebody pay them off? Okay, let's look at this right here, right? Let's look at this right here. It says Allison Holker has confirmed the death of her husband, Stephen Twitch Boss, at the age of 40 years old. His cause of death has not been confirmed at this time, but TMZ has reported that he may have died by suicide. Okay. So TMZ was already running with this suicide before anything had been confirmed, right? Now listen to this. It says the publication states that Allison allegedly ran into a LAPD station on Tuesday, December 13th, where her husband had left without his car. A short time later, police reportedly received a call about a shooting as a Los Angeles hotel. None of these details have been confirmed by the family at this time. So what you guys got to understand is, so basically the same time while she was going down there, they were kicking, they were reporting that that he was found dead while she was down there reporting him. So this is telling you that allegedly, obviously she was in on the play, because when she got to the police station, now all of a sudden the hotel is calling in that the man did, you know what I'm saying? They calling it in. You see? Remy girl said, all right, link is in the description box. But family, we got to talk about this, man. Like this, none of this stuff adds up with a person that's mentally ill. Think about this. If the man was going to delete himself, the first thing you're going to get in order is the will. Before you delete, why would you just delete and not leave anything to the family? You see? Why would he do that? So no will is in place. She's now, man, listen. Let's show this right here. Mimi said there was no Uber driver. She did it and had people in high places cover it up, allegedly. That's a possibility, because think about that. Now, Stephanie said it. Let me get this up here, right? This is interesting because, like you said, what's done in the dark is going to come to light. See, what you guys got to understand, we're going to keep our eye on this property legal stuff that's going on, where she's trying to get the property because, you know, she wasn't in the will or whatever the case may be. We're going to keep an eye on that because we have to follow the money. You see what I'm saying? So already, and I want you guys to understand this, they all have already sprung into action on getting Allison money. This is why they said that this was let me go back over here, family. See, this is what I want to highlight. This is what you guys got to grasp. They're telling us, right? Okay, let's get back down here. They're telling us that in addition to memorializing Boss, the event served as a fundraiser for the Move with Kindness Foundation, which Boss family launched in his honor to shine light on mental health. This is a way to peddle money in. See, this is what people got to understand. See? All right, let's go ahead and add Remy Girl to the stream. You live on the air, Remy Girl.
Salute.
Salute.
What was it you were saying about? So basically, she called in the next morning, right?
Correct.
So you're telling me that she slept out that whole night, didn't get up, didn't go to the bathroom, none of that, right? That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Because if you need to use the bathroom, you're gonna get up, use the bathroom, then you're gonna look to the bed, he's not there. Hello, you're gonna have to, why wait so long?
Right. And it seems that she waited right around the time that they were getting ready to check out time, and then she gets there to the post. Then this is when everything is being reported.
That doesn't make sense.
Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Let's see here. So December 14th. Let me see here. It was Tuesday. I said it was on Tuesday when Twitch missed his checkout and employees went to his room where they found him deceased in the bathroom, the self-inflicted gunshot wound. So nobody heard anything. Now it's a possibility that he was deleted somewhere else and then brought to that hotel and placed there. See, that's another thing, you know. And I'm not sure why the family wouldn't have that video pulled to see what was really going on.
I don't believe the suicide thing because just how he is as a person. So that doesn't make sense at all. Especially if you go back to, so you think you could dance and you had this girl explain when she was younger how she had suicide thoughts and he was giving her some good points, you know. Thank God that she didn't do that and she's here because it's not worth it. So why would he do that? Like,
okay, so look, so listen to this right here. It says law enforcement sources tell TMZ when Allison Holker entered a branch of the LAPD Tuesday. Let me get this pulled up for you guys. It says she stressed how out of character Twitch's disappearance was. She told cops he simply left their house. There was no argument or issue, and he wouldn't answer any of her calls. Now, listen what it says. Our law enforcement sources, is what TMZ is saying, say they then accompanied Allison back to the family's home, doing a brief check around the property for any video or clues as to where he had gone. So you mean to tell me that there's no video as to where he's going? We know that there's video in the house. You know what I'm saying? So where, so you're telling me there's nothing on the camera as far as what car he got into, where he went? There's nothing? Okay. Well, now what's going on, Simply Natural Black? Hey, you got anything that's going you want to comment on, Remy, girl, on this case? If anybody else has anything that they want to speak on it, the link is down in the description box. You can come in. I'm going to drop it again. Okay. But yeah, Remy girl, I appreciate you checking in to Israelite Talk TV, man.
for sure, you should do one on Pop Smoke when you get a chance.
What you want me to do on Pop Smoke? Talk to me.
The same thing you're doing, basically, you know, because a lot of things don't add up to his case.
In regards to what? As far as the people that went in there, or the people got the low on them, or
as far as how a lot of people feel it was an inside job.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna go over that again and look at some of the details.
Okay, because I mean, when it came down to it, that alleged 15-year-old boys, no, actually, it was Corey Walker who wanted to meet with his mom and his brother to speak, and there was no further notice on that. But I feel as though the reason why he wants to speak is to really tell what really happened. But me and my mom, we've been on this case for a while, and me and my mom even said that it doesn't add up of anyone just going in, because there's cameras everywhere on the houses, you know, they got street cameras, so it's like weird. But I don't think that Amelia Rose had anything to do with it as far as anything, but she knew something, because you know, like, it's weird how everything went out. As soon as he went into the bathroom, that's when they came in, and it was so quick. So I think the people were already in the house that did that. That's my opinion.
Okay. Well, what I want you to do, Remy girl, is any information you got, my email is down in the description box. Send that to me or go follow me on Instagram, and then you can send it to me through there. But I'll
Oh
be
yeah,
interested to look through that. All right.
you can definitely drop your Instagram for me, and I'll send the information.
My information is in the description box of the
Okay.
video. So just click on that and then you'll get there.
All right.
All right. Appreciate you checking in. Come back and check in again some other time. All right.
For sure.
All right.
Thanks.
Shalom. So that was Remy checking in. Shout out to Remy girl. But yeah, family. Now simply natural black life stated, why isn't the family doing anything? That's suspect. It is, because see, the thing that you got to understand is that the family can probably only do so much. You got to understand that Ellen has a lot of ties out there in California. You got to understand that she sits at the top of the food chain with the other wizards and warlocks running rampant out there in Hollywood. Okay. She know big dogs. The family is not any match for these people out there. They have people. Listen, did you just notice that in the TMZ article, they said right here that they had our law enforcement sources. They have people that's in the police department that give them information because they know that they're one of a real big platform as far as news, so they can give them certain information to run certain stories, whatever story they want them to run. Okay, so this is how they control the media. So the family is not any match for Allison and Ellen. It's no match, So at the end of the day, the parents is just probably like, you know what, we just gonna let it be what it's gonna be, and because a lot of times they older, they don't really want to go through, all of that stuff that, her son is dead. So, sometimes older people just kind of, they know what's going on, but it's just like one of those situations where it's just like, they just kind of like, they know that what they're up against, the powers to be, I'm pretty sure the family had to look at some type of documents or something about, because I haven't been able to find the actual autopsy report as far as where the bullet went in that it came out at. I haven't seen it. I haven't saw any YouTubers drop any of those receipts. You know what I'm saying? So we don't even know what really happened, what's really going on, because we don't have those documents. So at the end of the day, family, it's just what it is, man. So yeah, she's in court and she's battling for the estate. Okay, PGM said not even a death certificate. See, I haven't seen none of that stuff. PGM said this debunks what people are saying about him staying someplace else. I thought traffic cameras were everywhere. Exactly. I said they need to check her phone records. The family need to hire a private and exactly. I would have did that. I would have already been on top of that, because the grandfather said he did not believe that it was an accident. Okay. That would have been the first thing. Get a private investigator and break this thing down. So man, I'm telling you, man. So all of the so family, okay. I'm getting ready to wrap this up, right? So what do we know? We know, number one, from what TMZ has reported, the man left the house. So think about this. She was at the house. The man just suddenly left the house, right? So if there's no issues going on in the house, then you want to know what's going on and why did he leave the house like that, right? Okay. He left the house. She waited till the next day when he left. She already said that it was out of order for him to leave like that. He didn't take his car. He just cut out. Now, as a wife or a girlfriend or whatever the case may be, right? And these are not just people that just started dating, just got together. These are people that have been married they just celebrated their 9-year anniversary. Don't you think that if your husband or your wife just abruptly leaves the house and just cuts out, you're telling me she wasn't in the window, she wasn't watching to see who he got in the car with, what he was doing, none of that? As much as women spy and just like, come on, man, let's be for real here. She didn't look to see who he got in the car with, where he went, and then she said that he wasn't answering the phone. So why at that point did she call and alert the police that something was out of order? Okay. If you just get up and leave and there's nothing that's going on, you don't take your car, you cut off your phone, that sounds like an emergency. There should have been a call already going on the Monday that she said that he left. So she's telling us that he abruptly left the house like that, right? Okay, let's give her a little benefit of the doubt. Okay, she didn't panic and say, okay, whatever the case may be. But this is her husband. This is not just, a boyfriend and girlfriend. We just met. We've been kicking it for a few months. Or they what they're telling us is that they have been married for 9 years, right? So you would think that with 9 years of person being with a person, you kind of know their movements and what type of person that person is. So he left out of the house early Monday morning because they said that he checked into the hotel early Monday morning, right? Okay. So this man been gone all day long. You're married. He's been gone all day long after leaving abruptly and displaying behavior that is already suspect. And then you don't even you don't even call the police when he leaves, okay? And let's just give her the benefit of the doubt. But you're telling me that this guy was gone all day, and then when it was time for bedtime, you're telling me that you went to bed comfortably that Monday night with no worries, no nothing? That doesn't even make sense. It's different if it's like, well, baby, I'm gonna be going on a vacation, a business trip. I got to do this, do that, and that's different. But to abruptly leave and then turn the phone off, how are you going to bed at night? How did she go to bed Monday night knowing that the man left, didn't take his car, didn't take his keys, and turned his phone off? And then they try to lie to us and say, well, he jumped in the Uber. And well, where is this Uber driver at? Why did this Uber driver never come forward? You got to think that was the biggest news in LA around that time period, man. You mean to tell me that this Uber driver that took the man there that was ready to delete himself did not come forward and say, I was the driver? They don't cross their T's and dot their I's like they're supposed to. And this is how we bust them. Okay. See, what Allison should have did is she should have been normal in what she was doing. She should have just called the police that night. But of course, if you're involved in it, you're not going to call the police that night. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Okay. If you're involved, you're not going to call because you can't call, But it's funny that she goes into the police department early that Tuesday morning and then bring the police back to the property to search and look for the man. And then they get a call about a man being dead. Now, here's the other deal, family. Check this out, right? Okay. This is how we know that this whole situation is sketchy, right? Because the hotel is telling us that nobody heard any gunshots go off in the hotel room. So if nobody heard any gunshots go off in the hotel room, how did they know that he actually committed suicide and killed himself? How? Nobody heard any shots. So how do they know that he sat there and he deleted himself? How do we not know that it was other people at that hotel in that hotel room and maybe they came and twitched off sometime in the middle of the night? See, that would make sense to me. If he left Tuesday morning and got deleted or whatever the case may be, it makes sense that they're going to move in the night to get him to the hotel room and put him in the hotel when traffic die down and it's not a whole lot of traffic at night where it's not looking all suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Then yeah, they're gonna move and put them in there then. But if nobody heard nothing, that's the first red flag right there. See, that's the first red flag. Nobody heard nothing. And as thin as those walls is, trust and believe. If that man shot himself in that room, people were waking up and police would have been called. But nobody heard nothing until the maid supposedly came in there. And this is the thing that I hate about these type of cases, right, family? Because 5, 10 years, 20 years up the road, somebody's going to come forward and I was the one that worked at the hotel at that time, and this is what happened. I hate these people. I hate these people. You know, where are y'all at when the stuff is really going down? Why wait all the way until it's like the same thing with Tupac. You got all of these people that was quiet as church mice. Now all of a sudden is almost 20 some years later. Now everybody's coming out and, oh yeah, I remembered this. I saw this. Where was these people at when all this stuff was going on? See, these are the people that I have a dislike for, man. Right. And then listen, and that's the other thing. Let me put this up here, Momo. Okay. This is the other thing. There was nothing about any gun being recovered from the hotel room. Where is the reports? They say it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Well, what gun was recovered from the room? Okay. No gun was recovered from the room. They would have said, oh, and then, you know, he was found in a room with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It was a 9mm, 30, whatever the case may be in the room. Nothing. He's just found in a room with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Where's the gun at? Who was the gun registered to? See, these are the things that we have to understand. If that man self-deleted, right? Who gun did he use, and was the gun registered to him? It doesn't say anything. This is all information that would have been disclosed, that people would have been talking about if they had this information. They would have said, oh, it was a gun that was registered to him and blase scoop and da-da-da-da. None of that. So was he a registered gun, a gun carrier? You know what I'm saying? Was it his gun or was it somebody else's gun? Why are they so silent on this, family? See? Right, exactly. Michelle said Twitch was beginning for his life. Exactly. See, when he just got done with the contract with the Ellen show, he was now getting ready to start his own ventures. But as I told y'all, as the article brought out, she was in legal litigation. And he couldn't even speak on the stuff that was going on there because of the legal litigation that was in process. I mean, and yeah, that was in progress, that was already happening. So the question we got to ask ourselves is that if these people are coming out and saying, you know, or whatever the case may be, why wouldn't Twitch would have just came out and be like, nah, there ain't no truth to that, man. She's just what it is. He just said, man, I can't speak on none of that stuff. So was he a witness? Was he going to be called to testify? You know, who knows? You know, who knows what Ellen promised him? Ellen probably told him, you know what? Hey, Twitch, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to get you set up with this. Da 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 da. This is what's going on for me. Who knows what was going on behind the scenes? Because they had just signed a contract where they were supposed to be doing these houses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife, the remodels or whatever the case may be. You see? Male selector. Let's get that up there. Let's get that up there, right? He killed himself and then held the gun. Right. There's no way that this man deleted and then he had the blick with him, and then there's no blick found on the scene. What gun was found on the scene? And why didn't they say if he was a legal gun owner, and why didn't the wife confirm none of this? You see? So this is what we have to understand. You know what I'm saying? And then why wouldn't the wife come out and confirm that was the gun? Like, yeah, you know, this was the gun. Like this, see, all of this stuff would have put an end to this if the wife would have just came out and she would have been like, yeah, you know, it was a registered a gun to us and whoopty woo. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, you know, this is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be here all day, family. It was just something I wanted to check in and give y'all an update on. Make sure you guys share this live, get it out. I'm going to be keeping my ears to the streets and keep following this case. And the more that I hear on it, I'll let y'all know. You know, so y'all stay safe out there. And I'm signing off here on Israelite Talk TV. Shalom.